This is Maggie. Just going live. Let me look. Hi, Christine. Thank you for joining. Hi, Hannah. Thank you for joining. Sorry, my glasses are not helping. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Catherine. Thank you for joining. Can you guys hear me? Yes, I am, Christina. I'm having a good day. Can you guys hear me? Hello, Peg. Hi, Hannah. Can you hear me, guys? I just want to make sure it's my first time, so I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Awesome, awesome. So thank you for joining. So I'm excited, and I hope we can have fun and talk. And you have any questions, I'll be here to answer your questions. I just finished loading this video with it's called it was a challenge that was due today, and it's called the Underwater Art Challenge. Yes. So you had to do something that was under the water using the blue colors. So I went ahead and created this. I loaded the video so you guys can see that. And I think if you guys think it's a good idea, I think I'm gonna put it in maybe an eBay and sell it. And just go ahead and do that. Thank you so much, Christina. So I wanted to just tell you a little bit of how all started. So when I was maybe about 6 years ago, I never drew, never did any watercolor. So this is to encourage you guys, whoever feels like you can't do it. But I always loved art, but I always said to myself, I'm not good at this. And I bought for the first time, I bought the adult coloring books, and I started coloring, and I was just loving every minute of it, especially to relax, and you really kind of tune out with all of the problems that are around you. Especially now, I think it's a great time to do some projects and work some projects, because you really tunes out everything that's happening. So I started doing that, literally fell in love with it. So I was literally in love with it. And my son saw me day and night buying the books, doing the coloring, and of the books and all that. So he challenged me, and he said to me, why do you color others' artwork? Why don't you do your own? Because he's very artistic. Some of you know who Franco is. He's very artistic. So I said, because I'm not you, and I don't draw, and I don't do the stuff that you guys do, that you do. And he said, yes, you can, just try it. So I started with a little snowman, and he came out pretty cute. And I said, okay, if I can do a snowman, I'll just start with little things that doesn't have a lot of shapes and shades and stuff like that. And that's how I started. And I still have a lot to learn. I still struggle. I mean, I think in the drawing part of it, when it comes to a building or a house or something like that, I have to be very careful, because with dimensions, I'm not good. I am not good at that. But do you still have the snowman? I do, but it's gotta be buried. Actually, let me show you one of my first, when I started doing the journal, so you guys can see how I started. And it just gets better the more you practice. Let me go get a journal. Be right back. So these are my completed journals. Okay, these are my completed journals. And let me see, hopefully I'll find the one that's number 1. And I think it's probably, this is number 2. This is probably number 1. Yeah, so I have all these journals that I have completed. And I complete them, and I put them in here so I can go back and look at them. And it's funny, because I looked at a drawing that I've done a long time ago, and I said, oh wow, I don't do it like that anymore. I've worked a little bit, I add more to the shades. It starts coming to life more when you work with shades. But let me see if you guys can see this. But this is when I first started, and if you can see that, I was all over the place. And so I was just basically stamping, using stencils, using watercolor, not really keeping track of the color wheel. That helps a lot. When you use the color wheel, it helps you might coordinate your colors and try to stay within that group of colors so it doesn't look off. So that helps a lot. But this is when I first started. So here was just taping and adding pictures and photos. And then I think this was, if you can see, that was my first, one of my first drawings. You can see the difference between, let me show you. That's my first drawing. And then this is, see the difference where I work more on the face and the shadows. Let me show you a little bit more. So you start little, and then the more you practice, this is another one of my first. And here I put everything, napkins, everything I placed here. Hi, Georgina, how are you? I'm so glad you joined. I'm so excited, guys, that I'm able to see your names and able to communicate with you faster, because it's so hard when you guys post something on Facebook. Hey, you paste something on Facebook, not on Facebook, in YouTube, then I respond and I have to wait for your response. But this is great because I get to see you, see your answers and answer your questions from you. See your questions and answer from here. This is a cruise. And so you can see, look at here, it basically has no shadows or anything like that. Hi, Hannah. And this is actually me when I was a baby. That's my mom, and that's my dad, and that's my brother. So anyway, that's how I started. And this is my husband and I about 5 years ago. Thank you, Darlene. Yeah, we're doing fine. Actually, Franco arrived about half an hour ago, but he got stuck with a fan in front of the house, and he's still with the fan. It's funny. So I'm waiting for him to come in to see if he can say hello to you guys, that the people that know Franco. But he's doing fine. This is when I really started getting a little, much better. So I mean, it's all about practice anyway. So I keep them here, and I have them from when I first started into the very last one. I think my very last one, and I showed it to you guys, was this one, which I liked a lot. This is the one that I used the calendar with the owl. This is the insert, and then all of my, oh, here, this is, well, no, this is when I did the October. It's all in this one, so I do have videos on that. Anyway, but I'm so glad. I'm so happy you guys are here. Oh, thank you so much. It's just, I mean, every time I jump into a drawing and I work on it, I make tons of mistakes. I mean, sometimes, it's just definitely put your work. I'm gonna put my work. I actually gonna put her on eBay and sell this one if you guys like it. I'm gonna put, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start doing these and putting them in eBay, and then you guys, if you're interested, you can buy them. That'll be wonderful. Yes, there was a snowman here. Let me see if I can find. This is when I did the Inktober, and I have all of the days. Actually, there's about 31 drawings that we did for October, and I had all these here. Let me see, but I did have a snowman here, but this was October. Oh, here it goes. And but the very first one, it was actually in a piece of paper, and I think I probably cut it and pasted and put it in one of my journals, but I do not know. As you can see, I have a lot of completed journals. But I'm so happy again, guys, that you're here, and I'm really hoping that you guys are keeping yourself safe. I know it's crazy out there. Oh, thank you so much, Hannah. I was missing your posting, so I'm glad that you joined in. And that you guys are keeping it safe out there. Yeah, on my journals, I went online, and I became a fan of Ali Brown, and she does all this artwork on her journals. I fell in love with her. So if you guys want to look at her channel, her name is Ali Brown. And I learned a lot from her. she does the swap, which is like, I wanted to do a page with you guys today, so you, but she kind of drops some ink on the page and then she start adding, and then she likes to write a lot. I don't do that much. I should, but I just sometimes find myself like, what am I gonna write about? But she does the page, she prepares the page, and then she does either drawings or something around it, or stickers, or she tip-ins. I don't know if you guys know what a tip-in is, but a tip-in is when you add something to your page like this. That's what you call a tip-in. And she does that a lot. She does wonderful work. So you have a card, or you have something, you can have this side and the other side. So she does that on her pages, and then she leaves a good space open for her writing. So I want to go ahead and play with the page with you guys so you can see it, and you know, it'll be a good live stream, meaning that we're doing something. But I'm also going to be looking at your questions and try to answer those questions. But I did want to share with you. Remember when if you're keeping up with my videos, when I bought the Tim Holtz wrap paper, or tissue paper, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna use it as if it was a napkin, and I played with it and I created a couple of things. Well, I took this and I stamped it with my new stamp, which is, I learned from Georgina. I think she told me it's not new, Maggie. I had this stamp for many, many years, but for me it is. So I used and I stamped it on the tissue paper, and then I added watercolor, and then I added little drops of pearls, and I wanted to show you how it looks. Look how it came out. I don't know if you guys can have a good visual, but you see the pearls here? So I wanted to do that so you guys can see it. It is so easy. And then you can take that, I rip the paper around, and then you use the acrylic, not the acrylic, but the that medium that serves like glue, and then I glued it to the page, and it just blends right in, and you think it's part of the page, but it's not. So the journals are freestyle. You use whatever medium and style that you want. Yeah, I use anything. I use, primarily I love watercolor, but I use watercolor, I use acrylic paint, I use now I've been using this one, which is like the crayons that are water soluble, and these are the ones that I bought for $16. These are the cheap ones, which I know I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go ahead and get the scribble sticks because they're just like them. So I use that. I use washi tape. I use inks. I use stickers. I do my own drawings, cut them out, because you've seen them. I have them here in my little so I would draw something and then cut it and put it here and save it, and when I'm working on a page, I just go ahead and glue it to the page. I missed that comment. I'm sorry, let me look at my comments. Share everyone so she can get, oh, thank you so much, Christina. Hi. I'm sorry, guys. Lady Stardust, how are you? Thank you. So it's all about playing with it, and you find out that every time you go in and you every day you work on it, you notice that you're getting a little better with either your lines or your drawings and your colors, and putting them together. Sometimes I want to challenge myself because I don't want to be doing the same thing over and over and over. I get tired of it, and I get tired of it, so I try new things, and that's why I call the channel Learning Together, because sometimes I really mess up, and but I try to fix it. That's the good thing about mixed media. That's the good thing about journals, and you can use the gesso to white out things. You can add elements on it, stickers, anything on it, and you can correct it and fix your page and keep going. So let me see if you guys have more questions here. All right, so let's go ahead. Do you guys want me to go ahead and work on a page? Let me know. I am missing a lot of your comments. I apologize. Thank you, Georgina. Thank you so much. All right, let me go here. I'm pretty sure no, I'm doing this wrong. But let me try to get. Okay, let's see. All right, so you guys want me to go ahead and work on the page. So let's go ahead. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lose a little bit of your. I love drawing dragons. Oh, me. You know they're challenging. I had to work on for the very first time in the Inktober, where it challenged you. This is the good thing about Inktober. If you guys want to do this, it is awesome because it forces you to do something that you're not on your comfort zone. Like if you tell me draw a face, I'll sit there and I'll do a face because I've done so many and I think I've got it down pat, I think. But when they give you something and you have to come up with a drawing, like they'll tell you something that's in like a word, like for instance husky. I drew Batman, a little Batman, kid Batman. So it challenged you to do something different. So when they came up with dragon, I had no other choice than to do a dragon. And let me show you the dragon that I did. And now I may, if I do it again, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little bit different because I will work more on the shadows. Because the more shadows you add and the more colors you add that are vivid, the more it comes to life. So that's what I'm trying to, not identical. I don't do drawings. Thank you. I don't do drawings to imitate a photo. I want it to be whimsical. Want to say a word or maybe something like I don't know, like loose, like you can see that image. There's a flower there, but it's not perfectly made. I like that. There may be times I want to work on that, but I don't stay there. I like it more like loose. You see my work, like guys have seen that one. So anyway, but I would say not here, not in this book. Here was pretty much defined, but you see my artwork. Like this is a perfect example. So you see the flowers, they're not really defined, but you see them there. That's what I like. They're not really defined, but there will be times where I really work. I'm alive.
Why are you not in the kitchen?
Okay, I got Franco here. He wants to say hello.
Mom, you need to be in the kitchen.
Come on, say hello.
I'm hungry. You promised me there was food.
Hold on, guys. Franco's back. He's here.
Guys. Just made it back home. Literally just made it back home.
Am I doing this right? I'm trying to scroll.
Let me see. Yeah, you're doing good. Just make sure you always kind of keep it going. Hi guys, hi Cindy, hi Georgina Buski, and let's see, Georgina, Darren, Griffin. How are you guys? Good? I had a long drive, as you can see from my hair. Lizzie!
He hasn't seen the cat in a little while, so he went crazy.
This is my side chick. I love this cat. How have you been? How have you been? Hi, yeah, so we just drove back. Finally, I got back. Hi, Franco. Hi, lady. Lady Stardust 45. Finally got back. It was such a long drive. I ate terrible. I'm supposed to eat healthy. But because of this whole epidemic thing, I wanted to go one time through the drive-thru. So I went to the cheapest, McDonald's, and I got like 4 cheeseburgers or 5, and then drove all the way back to the States. And finally made it. Thank God. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to be creative. I actually got to post up, let everyone know I got back.
Yes, you have to. At least some of your people are here.
But good to see you guys. I miss you guys. Hey, Francoholic fans, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Well, anyway, this is your life. So I gotta get into it. Guys, bye. Be safe. Thank you for watching, my mom.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, I wanted him to jump in because he just got here about half an hour ago, and I'm so glad he's home. I mean, you know, with all the stuff that's going on out there, so I am so glad he's home. So let's go ahead and work on a page. I'm gonna do a quick page, and I'm gonna do the butterfly so you guys can see. Yes, he's home. So you guys can see it, and let me turn this around. So when I turn it around, I'm gonna lose. I won't be able to connect with your comments, but I'll come around and try to read your comments. Okay? So, well, maybe I could. Let's see if I can just. Yeah, I think I can do that. All right. So, a quick and fast page to work on. Especially now, I maybe a lot of you guys want to take time to meditate and time to write stuff, and work on a page and relax. 'Cause it does. It really, truly, you relax. I mean, it does. You kind of takes you away from what's going on, and you just focus on what you're working on. So what I did, just in order to not make it too lengthy, I went ahead and on this page here, let me tell you exactly how I did it. This is my famous Georgina. Okay. Yes, no problem, Georgina. So what I did is I added this plastic thing that, as you can see, I worked a lot on a lot of projects, and it's just sitting here, different paints and stuff like that. But I use it to prevent the inks or the media or the wet media to go to my second page. Obviously I didn't do it here because you can see it went through, but that's okay, because once you use gesso you can change the color on that. So anyway, that's my blank page, and what I did is I added a little bit of water, and then I came in and I sprayed a little bit of the green and then a little bit of the turquoise color with the water. And then with my turquoise color, it was so dark. I do have the distress spray. This is white, so what I did is, it was too dark or too bright, and what I did is I sprayed the white on it, and it made it lighter. So that helps a lot when you use inks and you find that your color's too dark or it's not what you're looking for. You can use stuff, either you can use the gesso, the white gesso, to white it out and just to, kill that brightness of it, or you can just, spray a color like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I did the butterfly. So I took the tissue wrap paper from Tim Holtz, and then I used, let me see, sorry guys, I used the stamp, and just stamped it there. So you got the stamp is there. I usually just rip it out. Just because I'm not cutting it with this paper kind of blends. Once you use the matte media, it kind of blends into your page, so you don't have to worry about cutting it exactly around it. Then I took my watercolors maybe this is not a good one to use. Alright, took my watercolors. Oops, sorry, don't mean to move this. You guys can see this? I hope you guys can see this. Is that better? Is that too bright? Is that too bright? It's good, okay. Alrighty. And then I'm just gonna take Oh, by the way, this makeup 2 containers, it is working fine. Love it. This is my dirty water. This is my clean water. So this is working really good. So, all right, so you got to make sure this is dry, and usually this is permanent ink, so it shouldn't smear, but you have to make sure it's dry. So I think it is. We'll see. And then the page that I'm working on is green, so let's use pink colors for this butterfly. So we'll just go ahead and just drop some colors here. Yes, you guys can see what I'm doing. And then I have this pretty color here. I'm gonna use it. It's like a lavender, a very light lavender. Let's see if you guys can see that. This one here. This is old Daniel Smith. And it's a lavender, light lavender. So I'm gonna kind of use it in the outside. And then finish with so I did the pink in the inside. Oh my God, I am so disorganized. I forgot my napkin. You need a napkin to dry your brush. All right, and then let me see if you guys can see that. See the color? All right, and then let me finish with yellow in the outside. And you gotta be careful when you put yellow and purple together. Gotta make sure your purple is dry, because if you mix purple and yellow, you're gonna get mud, the mud color, which is brown. You don't want to do that. So make sure that your purple is dry. And I'm gonna stay away from it because it's not completely dry. All right, let's see. And I should use the lighter. This is kind of but it still looks nice. So let's say I'm gonna leave it like that. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can see it better with a white background. Try to get a piece of paper that is white. Let's see if you can see it now. You see it? All right, so give me 1 second. I'm gonna dry it again because we need to put it on the page, and I want to show you how to do that. And I'll read your comments while I dry this. Thank you, thank you. It's fun, it's so easy. That's why I wanted to share this with you guys, because it is so easy. All you need is a stamp, a little bit of watercolor, add a little bit of the inside color. Normally what works always, but if you want to bring it alive with bright colors, you can go deep with a darker blue in the inside, and then let the water run a little bit. Just so, let me see if you can see this now. So the more you add colors, the prettier it gets. All right, but we're making it real quick. I don't want to spend too much time here. Yeah, we're gonna go with this, okay? Nah. Thank you. Let's see. Thank you, Lady Stardust. Okay, alrighty, so we're gonna go with that, okay? But you can add more colors. You can just, blend them in, or, but we're gonna go with that to show you how easy that is and how you can decorate your journal page. So this is my journal, and what I want to do is I'm going to put this butterfly right there. See, right there in the page? And then I can write something here, put a little bit of washi tape here. So we're just gonna go ahead and cut it out. You see, I just I rip it with my hands. I don't cut it with a scissors. You don't have to do that because once you put that glue on it, it'll blend to your page. I have to be careful because I may destroy this if I'm not careful. And I'll show you how it looks. And then after you have it there, then you come in and you use that pearl drops to highlight the little circles that are in the so we're gonna place this one here, and let me use we're gonna use that one, the matte medium, to glue that to the page, and it will, I call it, merge into the page. You know, I'm so happy. I have 14 people. I thought maybe I'll have one or two. I didn't think I was gonna have. This is my first one, and I have 14. So I'm so happy. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. And I hope you like this. Let me know if you want me to do something different. And I'll get, for my next one, I'll just make sure I'll do something different. Okay. So I added a little bit of that matte medium to this, my little cup. You know, these cups, these are those cups, they're plastic, they're to make cakes, you know, those little cupcakes. And I thought this is a good idea. I can put my glues in there and not worry about damaging, because you know those glues eventually will damage if you have a nice little cup. So I use that to hold my glue in there. Then I have, in the past I used to use brushes, but when you work with glues and brushes, obviously glue turns hard, and they damages your brushes. So I'm like, I can't afford to be buying brushes all the time. So then this came around, or I learned about this, which is actually plastic. Let's see if you guys can see it. It's plastic, and this is what I use. Okay, Hannah, no problem. Bye. I use for my glues. So I'll just drop a little bit of the glue here. And then I'm gonna add my butterfly there. And then the glue will dry up. I try not to have chunks on the butterfly, so I try to wipe that out, and that's it. Now it looks like the butterfly was drawn in on the paper, and it's actually glue in there, and it's all from a stamp. So this is how I get, you know, I decorate some of my pages. I do this a lot. Sometimes it's my drawing, sometimes it's just a sticker or something that is a thin page. I'll use it and I add it to my page. Now, what I did with this other butterfly, I added those pearls. See, maybe now that we have a better light, you can see the pearls on it. We'll do the same thing here for this one. And I have that here. It's good to let that glue, and wait for the glue to dry. Okay. And then what I use, thank you, Lady Starbucks. So for this one, for this one I use the white pearl. For this one, I'm gonna use the gold pearl. And this is gonna go nice. You see, it goes nice with the page. We have the green, so we now can use this one for the butterfly. This is called liquid pearls, and it actually says it's brass. It looks gold to me, but it is brass. And then what you do is, in every, if you the flower is, let me show you the stamp. You see how in the stamp you see the little loops that has little circles? I'll go ahead and drop a dot in those little circles. and only the big ones. It has a lot of those, so I just here and there. And I hope you can see it, but it looks so pretty. I hope you guys can see this. Let me know if you can see that. If you can see the pearls. Oh, let me put the light a little bit this way. Can you see the pearls? Oh, good. You guys can see it. Perfect. And that's it. Now, the only thing is you got to wait a little while because that's going to take a little while to dry. You don't want to close this book. And then once it's dry, that's it. You can close it and open it, and it's just perfect. Like this one is not damaged because I left it open for a few hours, and then but it looks so pretty. If you can see that, if you can see it where I'm sitting at, it's really pretty. And then at this point, I already have an element on my page. And now I can come in and I said, okay, this color goes with the flowers, with the butterfly. So what I'm gonna do is I have this washi tape. I love to rip my washi tape. You see me do it all the time. So I'm gonna come here and I'm just gonna go ahead and rip this page, this washi tape, because I just like, and then I will just add this piece here and this side, and then I just like that look. You see how the page is, and then I usually like to add another. A lot of times when you have the light colors, the green and all that, black always does something to the page. So adding a little bit of black here and there. And also if you're gonna write, let's say you're writing, you want to say this page is for Wednesday. See what difference. I know the difference that it make. A little bit of ink, a little bit of washi tape, stick something to the page, and it comes out so beautiful. And then when you start writing, it just feels good to write around things that are so pretty, like flowers and butterflies and stuff like that, or drawings or whatever you like. And then I'll take out a little bit of the black, and these are like little hearts, washi tape. And then again, I'll just rip it and just put a little bit here. Kind of do the same thing. I like that messy look because it's so pretty. See? And then I have another one here. I think no, I didn't take one out. So at this point here, you can add more. Like for instance, let's say I want to add something else to the page. I want to remember my little stickers organizer. It is so nice. It's so cute. So let's say, you remember I did those faces. Not I did the faces, but I have a stamp with the faces. So let's say I want to add a face here. I can find the page and add it there. She doesn't go, the color doesn't go, but I can find something that will go with that color. Hopefully I have one. No, maybe the yellow one. She doesn't look so bad. So we can, let me see if I have another one. This is purple and I didn't use purple. It doesn't go. So that's the reason why I did the stamps. I stamped it and used different colors because it all depends the color that you're using. So I can come here and maybe this one goes, but it's too much yellow. So I'm not too happy with that. Maybe we'll do her. But I can, you know what else we can do? We can come here and add the colors. Let's make her hair. Let's add a little bit of blue to the hair so it kind of goes with we can do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. And just to show you, this is just a quick page. You can spend a lot of time with this, or you can just do it real quick. I'm gonna use the my little and just this is probably, let me add a different color. Let me add a little bit of maybe this one instead. Just a little bit. Just to give you an idea, so even not having it, you can just add the color to it, and then that will look nice there. I'm still not happy with it, but anyway. But that's just to give you an idea. But at this point, you can go ahead and, let's say you want to use a stamp it here with a quote, or you just you are good writing hand lettering, and you can just, you know, write here a verse or something, a quote or something here, and then your thoughts, and you just, you know, you can do that. So this is just a quick example, but at this point you can come in and say, oh, you know, I want to add this little eye here or something like that. But anyway, that's just to give you an idea. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Do you guys have any questions, anything? I'm glad you like it. Just looking. Yes, if framing the page, you can, I've seen individuals that would do the washi tape, or they use the craft paper and they rip it, and then they'll go to the page and they'll just go ahead and they'll go this way. They'll add the craft paper, and then they come this way and they have all the decoration in this side of the paper. In this side of the paper, you know, I use this side because I can come back and with the washi tape. And I can come back here and keep going. Let me show you something. I can go this way. You see? And then you kind of frame the page. You can do that as well. Yeah, let me show you some of my drawings. So this is just to get you started. I mean, you go ahead and work on a page, and every day you dare yourself. You challenge yourself. I'm going to add a little bit more to it. I'm going to try to do this, and I'm going to try to do that. But let me show you. Some of you guys want to see my work, my artwork. This was that book that I purchased. Thank you, Francoholics. This is that book that I purchased for, I don't know, it was real cheap, and I'm gonna use it as a mixed media, you can tell. And I worked on those 2 pages. You guys saw that. I posted that. This is the very last one I did. So I drew, oh, actually, let me show you this. Let me pull this out because I don't want to place anything on top of the butterfly and get rid of those little gold spots. So I'm gonna put this away. But this book is my sketchbook that when I'm out and about, I'll just take it with me. I'll do some drawings, and then I'll come back and I color them, and then to practice. And then this is what I have, you know, just to know that I have all of this watercolor. So I did a swap here and I put them all there. So I do, you know, I drew her, come back from wherever I am, or maybe I have my little watercolor kit with me, and then I'll just go ahead quickly and throw some color in that. This one was, I was trying to work on this lady and a dog. So, you know, and this one is just the face there. And then here is when I was practicing my flowers. This one I like. So what I do is when I'm working on a page and I want to put an element, and I call it the focal point, because when I worked on this one for you guys that saw the video, I started with the background. I threw the, you know, I used the colors, the inks, the stencils and all that, but it needed a focal point. So she was in this book, so I cut her out because I liked her. She had like butterflies all around her. Cut her out and placed her here. You can put her right here to be the center of the page, or here, you know, wherever you like, you can place that there. So these are like my old drawings, or when I'm out and about. This was me practicing on something. I know. I look at it, but thank you so much, Ladybugs. They are practice, and I look at them from far. They look nice. From close up, it's like, oh, I need to work on that. Here is when I started to work in a little house, and not a little house. I think that was a church. So I was just playing with that. Now I do have to practice for this type of drawings. Hey, Maggie lovers, yay! And this was something, this is funny because there is a type of using watercolor to create image in the far, like shadows and stuff like that. This is horrible, but I was playing. I was trying to get something going. Some of them, they look okay. Some of them, I don't know, they look like they're shaking and it's not supposed to be like that. I like this one. I love that one. I have to find the page, and I have to find the page and do it in my journal and place them there. So I have to cut them out, and that's what I usually do. When I like it, I'll come around, cut them out, and then use them on a page and complete a page with that. This is another one I worked on. This one was a watercolor. Let's see. This one, I don't know what I was doing there, but it's horrible. But this is just practice. This is how you learn. This one is not even finished, and I got stuck with this one. Don't know how. This one was a boat that I was trying to recreate. Here I try to do a castle. A lady sitting on a chair. And I've done this a while ago. I like this one. I like doing, like when it's in the side of a journal page, just to have a face. Like she could be right here. And I was just practicing with her, but she can be right here, and then you can write something here. So this is great. Thank you, Stevie. Hi, Stevie. How are you? I'm glad you're here. And then this one has flowers. I like this one a lot. I have to cut her out. I got to work on her shadows. She's pretty plain. I think now that I know a little bit more than when I first created her. Hearts to you too. The lady in green looks like me. The lady in green. In green, in green, in green. Are you kidding me? Oh, wait. I'm trying to find the lady in green. I can't find the lady in green. This one? That's funny. That looks like me. That's supposed to be me. So anyway, I have to add some shadows, and then I can. So once I'm getting ready to place in a journal, I'm going to do that. And then working with flowers. I love drawing flowers. But I learned a technique. I know how to do roses, and I do them pretty good. Thank God. I learned how to do those. I need to learn how to do other flowers. So I'm going to start practicing on that. This was a picture from my nephew. He was eating some sort of a fruit. So I just kind of, did it with watercolor. And then this one, I like this one. It's more of pencil and shadows and using just the gray colors. And then this one is, I don't know what that is. I don't like this one. And the little girl. And then, so these are, and this was a little while ago. Oh, this was one that I was working on. I have to finish her. That's kind of what I do. But basically what I do is my main thing is with my journals is I like the books. I like to do all my work and now I'm gonna start doing these to sell them. So I'll put them in eBay if you guys are interested, and I'll just sell them out there because I'm getting a lot of requests. A lot of people are interested in buying them, and I actually put 2 in eBay and I sold them. So people like them. So you guys do like it. In the green sweet soup. Oh, okay. Let's go back. I want to see that. In the green. Okay. Yeah, I like those ladies. I'm gonna put them in a journal. I really do like them. This one? Is that the one? Oh, thank you. So anyway, so that primarily that's what I do. I love to have different journals. You can see, I mean, I have both these. Then I have this journal is only for like inks. I'm primarily for inks. The paper is just perfect for that. And so you get, you know, these are all inks, and these are using stencils and so it's awesome. It works so well with inks. So, oops, sorry. I have a couple of pages. And actually, this was one page without her, but then I created her and I placed her here. I don't know why. Just to put more on that page. And then this is a cutout from Jane Davenport, one of her books. And she's so pretty. I love Jane Davenport's drawing. So I prepped the page in the back. I used the inks and I just went ahead, cut it and paste her there. And you can just have, I mean, sometimes it's just use your stencil, drop some colors, and then just paste whatever you like from her book. Yes, it's just, I love the colors too. And a lot of those colors, I get to see them in, you know, on the book. So when I'm looking at, I follow the color wheel to keep me in coordination with the colors. But a lot of times I see my son is there bothering me again. He is funny, but I'm like, nah, let me know. So anyway, this journal is specifically for ink. So the background will always be inks, not watercolor. I use my watercolor books for watercolor, and then let me see what else. Oh, and then I wanted to share this with you guys. For you guys who want to start using watercolor, I purchased this book. I don't remember how much it was, but I know it was not a lot. And it's the watercolor idea books. And remember, you guys, remember I wanted to do this. I still haven't had a chance to figure out how to do that. But I have to. I will. I got it. Have to take that. But it gives you ideas. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And that's a lot on that page. I may not do that because I am impatient. I like to do things quick, but I love that one. Everything is the dark colors, the black, the gray, and then here her earrings are just pink. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. And then look at the flowers. And these are different artists that use watercolor, and they show the example and they tell you how they did it. And it just gives you ideas. There's one person who wants to have all the colors. They just went and did the swaps and then made them in little circles, and I'm thinking behind it is the name of the watercolor. See? But this book is awesome. It gives you ideas. It shows it's a world out there. I thought just watercolor, you think you know watercolor and you said you know everything about watercolor. No, you don't. Here's another one where the artist kind of shaded, came back in, and they call that art. Look at that one. Beautiful. So anyway, I have this book here, and I you know, it gives me ideas on what to do next, or when I'm working on something and I just want to do something different, I can, you know, I have that. Then, of course, I'm a Jane Davenport fan, and I have her books. So I have her Whimsical Girls, I have her Faces and the Fabulous Figures, and this shows you how to, look at that, isn't that, she shows you how to do faces, how to position your drawings. It's amazing. So yes, inks with water. Yes, you know, I did that. I use inks in watercolor and I love it. Sometimes I forget. I start using my watercolor and I forget, and I said, oh, I should have used ink, because ink brings something else to the page. I do like that. I like that combination. Anyway, so guys, I am so happy you joined the chat. I don't want to bore you. I want to make sure that you guys had a good time. Let me know if you or show you what I'm working on or the stuff that I learned. Just let me know. Yes, you can do a lot with watercolors. It's just, It's not, I mean, it starts with, you have a drawing, whether it's a face, a body, or a house, or a fruit, a flower, or whatever, and then it's just knowing how to use that watercolor. And if you pour salt into the watercolor when it's wet, you get this beautiful effect. You remember my roller desk. In my roller desk, oh, I lost something here. This is one of those little envelopes. I love that one. I need to put it in the right place. But like here, for her, all I did was use, I used, these are all stamps. Different little stamps, flower stamps, and I put, mainly, yeah, all of them, I use stamps, and then I use watercolor on the stamp, but it has to be dry, guys. What I mean dry is you cannot have a lot of water because you're gonna lose the image. And I like the losing a little bit of the image but still seeing the image. And so all of her hair is with different stamps, flowers that I have, and I stamped it around and created her hair with flowers. This one here is what they call glazing, and this is watercolor too. You draw your petal here, you wait for that to dry, and then when you come with the second petal, it looks like it's on top of the other one. You see it there? So that's another technique. So every time I learn a new technique of watercolor, I put it in my roller desk. This one I use the shimmery watercolor, the ones with the shine. Oh, here's where my little envelope is supposed to be. I'm gonna have to staple that there, but I got two little envelopes here. And see, I think I've got pretty good with drawing roses. Not drawing, but watercolor, using the watercolor to do roses. So every time I learn a technique, I remind sometimes I forget to put my my technique on one of these cards to remind me about it. This was done with straws. You just pour a little bit of yellow watercolor here, and then with the straw you blow it on that direction, and then you get that effect, and it becomes a flower, and then you do the leaves. This is fun. It is fun. I actually, when I did this guy, that's what I did. I had fun with that one. His hair, I did the same thing. I just put a lot of watercolor, the black watercolor around here, and then with the straw, I blew away his hair. You remember that one? This one became famous. This one actually became famous. So I like that. So I have to write it here because you forget. There's truly, there's a lot of techniques. This one, again, I use a little bit of the glazing, but then I add what they call the scribble. This is doodle around the, with lines. Oh, the Beetlejuice, yes, the Beetlejuice. And watercolor with doodle. That's a lot of people do that. It's nice. I don't do it as much, but it's nice. So that's my roller desk. And then you guys remember I also purchased the little one and I haven't worked on it. My bad. So you remember I bought this one, and I still got some empty cards here. I have to spend time. I just been so busy. You love the doodles and the watercolor. I know. And they look so nice. And I'm like, I have to remind myself to do those. Those are really nice. But I haven't been doing those. So I need to come back into this and do some more. And then this one here is a little journal. This is from the very beginning. And here is just pictures here goes Frank and Sean. And then this is me and my friend. And let me see. And now this paper is not watercolor. So every time I try to use any wet media, it was horrible. So I used a lot of stuff. This is from a long time ago. So, anyway. So guys, that's it. I wanted you guys to connect with you, and this was so much fun. Let me know if you want me to do something different. I'm planning to again do this again, and I'll let you know when. And be safe out there, and take time to sit down and write and work on something just to keep your mind away from everything that's going on. um, this will pass, and we are gonna come up winning. You know, we it's gonna be a good outcome, and but it's gonna be sad for a lot of people. And just pray for each other and be strong, and I'll be praying for you guys. So anyway, thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Alrighty. Bye.